Let's be honest. Cheating doesn't appear out of nowhere. It builds up like a slow leak in the roof. You don't notice it until the whole damn ceiling collapses. But here's what nobody says out loud. A woman who cheats never does it without leaving traces. It's never quiet. It's never clean. And it never happens without cracks forming in the foundation first. The problem is that most men ignore those cracks. They think she's just busy, just tired, just needs space. But behind all those excuses is a man who feels something is off. He just doesn't have the strength to say it out loud. If you've ever felt that punch in the gut, that quiet fear that something isn't right, that's your intuition talking. Because when a woman cheats, she always leaves footprints in the mud. And today, we're tracking every single one of them. Let's begin. Sign 1, her attention shifts, and she pretends you're imagining it. You don't need a psychology degree to feel this. The atmosphere changes. One day she's warm, curious, engaged. The next day it's like you're talking to a stranger wearing her face. She stops caring about your day. She doesn't laugh at your jokes anymore. She forgets things she used to remember effortlessly. And when you point it out, she hits you with, "You're overthinking. I'm just tired. You're being insecure." But here's the truth, brother, women don't pull away by accident. They pull away when their emotional investment goes somewhere else. Whether it's another man, a fantasy, or just the idea of escape, you're no longer the center of her emotional universe. And that's the first real crack. But it doesn't stop there. Sign 2, she starts hiding the small things. Cheating doesn't begin in the bedroom, it begins in silence. She used to tell you about her coworkers. Now she just says, "It was a long day," and changes the subject. Her phone used to sit face up on the table. Now it's face down or glued to her hand like she's guarding state secrets. She used to post pictures with you, mention you, be proud of you. Now it's like she exists online alone. And if you dare ask, suddenly you're the jealous, controlling, toxic one. But what's really happening? She's splitting her life in two. The version of herself that's still with you, and the version that's slowly slipping away. A woman who cheats becomes a magician. Distracting with one hand, deceiving with the other. And if you think something is wrong, it's because she's mastered the art of emotional gaslighting. But deep down, you always know. Sign 3, intimacy disappears, or mutates. One of the loudest red flags is what happens in the bedroom, or what doesn't happen. She might suddenly become cold, distant, uninterested, like touching you takes effort. Or the opposite, she becomes overly passionate, trying new things with a hunger that wasn't there before. Here's the twist. Both signs point to the same truth. Because when a woman cheats, she's not just sharing her body. She's redirecting her intimacy currency. And that currency either dries up with you, or overflows as a cover-up. Sex becomes a duty. Or a performance. Or a way to clear her conscience. But rarely is it real. You feel the emptiness afterward, the emotional distance. Like she's already gone. Like you're kissing someone through a glass wall. That's not love. That's leftovers. Sign 4, she starts unnecessary arguments. Suddenly fights appear out of nowhere. You forgot to reply to a text while driving? Now she's acting like you betrayed the entire nation. You left a plate in the sink? Suddenly you never listen and she feels unseen. Brother, it's not about the plate. It's emotional displacement, one of the clearest signs of inner conflict. She's angry, but not at you, she's angry at her own guilt. Being the villain of your own story is hard. So she flips it, you become the bad guy. This is self-justification 101. If you're suddenly cold, unavailable, or too clingy, then she feels justified in seeking someone else. Now it's not cheating. It's finding herself. It's not betrayal. It's self-growth. And just like that, you become the reason she had to leave. That's gaslighting disguised as empowerment. Don't fall for it. You're not arguing with someone who's fully present. You're watching someone already halfway out the door. Choose peace, not chaos. Sign 5, her future plans no longer include you. This one hurts because it's subtle, quiet, creeping in like fog. One day she's talking about vacations together. Next day it's just, "I want to travel someday." She used to say, "When we get a place together." Now it's, "I've been thinking about moving." She talks about growth. But never with you in the picture. She wants space, but doesn't invite you into her healing. She dreams about the future, but your name isn't in the credits anymore. And if you bring it up, you're overreacting. I just need to figure myself out. Why are you so tense? But here's the truth most men ignore. She's already planning her exit. She disconnects emotionally long before she leaves physically. That's why you feel like a ghost in your own relationship. That's why her eyes look through you. That's why your love feels like it's floating in the air. She's already gone in her mind. You're just catching up to the notifications. Don't beg. Don't bargain. Because if she had to lose herself to find herself, she was never truly yours in the first place. Cheating isn't a moment. It's a process. A woman doesn't cheat the second she touches another man. She cheats the moment she disconnects from you emotionally and refuses to reconnect. The signs are always there, but you need courage to see them and strength to walk away when you do. Here's the harsh truth. If you let someone cross your boundaries once, you teach them it's okay to do it again. Stay aware. Stay grounded. And remember, a real man never begs to stay where he's already been evicted emotionally. If you feel this in your soul, say it clearly. And if you're tired of guessing, overthinking, and doubting your own intuition, follow. Because here we deal with clarity, not shadows.